Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kwadash. Double honors unto my teachers, the elders, apostles, and elder bishops, teaching and ruling well. Salutation, peace, and blessing unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, waiting upon Yahushai to come and deliver us, and pushing for this word, whether people hear or forbear. All right, so let's get into it. Lord willing, this will be edifying. And this lesson is pertaining to how uh, I speak as a fool, you know, but the Lord will the Lord will put a different spirit in us in the times to come, in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? The Lord will put a spirit in us that's gonna give us a manly spirit, you know, because even in this society, uh, they effeminize, if I could say this word, effeminize the men. They attack the testosterone. You're being too masculine now. They classify it as toxic masculinity. So if you're a man, that's wicked. If you're a man and you express yourself as a man, that's you being wicked. So that's why in this society, they train up men to be wimps and flamers. Okay. But I believe through the Spirit that in the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord will give us a different kind of spirit, man, a manly spirit. Okay? Because first off, we're gonna be in a time of distress, a time of war, a time of death, a time of mourning, a time of famine. Okay? A time where you can't trust your neighbors. A time where you have to move in the spirit. Okay? So you can't be on no weak shit. You know? Excuse my language. You can't be on no weak shit. Okay, you gotta be on point. You gotta be in the spirit. Okay, or else you're gonna die. Okay, so let's get into it. Lord willing, is gonna be edifying. So it says here in Job 38:3, gird up now thy loins like a man. Okay, especially in the times to come, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Okay, so Yahweh was speaking unto Job and telling him to gird thyself like a man. And that's exactly what we're going to have to do in the times to come, man. You might see your family members getting killed or getting thrown into concentration camps. You might see your family members, your kids, your children being tortured because you don't want to take the MOTB. You know? So like, you see? So we're coming in a time where you're going to have to be a man, okay? You're gonna have to be a man, tapping into that masculinity, and that's ultimately what we're going. That's why we're going through this Bible, going through the Word. That's really what it does. It makes you become because to become a man of the Lord, first you have to be a man, okay? And so reading the scripture and getting back to your nationality, getting back to our customs, we're washing away the filth of this society, the brainwashing, the wickedness, the filthiness that comes with the Babylonian wine, and we're washing it all off, and we're tapping back into our masculinity. And that's in the time, like I said, in the time of Jacob's trouble, and the times that we're about to come into, we're gonna have to tap in, I believe, 100% into that spirit, man. The Lord is gonna give us a different spirit. It says here in 2nd Ezra 14:14, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burden of man, put off now the weak nature. Like I said, no weak shit. Okay, put off now your weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So what we've seen is nothing. Is nothing. Okay, the earthquake in Turkey, you know, that earthquake, the covert 17, you know, the undercover 17. The lockdown for 2 years that we had, that's nothing, man. That's the tip of the iceberg, man. We're gonna go into greater evils, okay? That's what we're about to that's what's about to happen. But again, the Lord said to put away the weak nature, put off now the weak nature, because in that time you can't be ultimately in that time, those that don't have the knowledge and wisdom, they're not gonna be stable, okay? They're gonna be like women in those days. They're gonna be on that weak nature, If the man are gonna be, if the mighty men are gonna be like women in those days, how much more the women? But again, us, since we're gonna have the knowledge and knowledge and wisdom, we're gonna be stable. That's what's gonna keep us firm. That's how you're gonna see the difference between those that fear the Lord and those that don't. Those that have this knowledge and those who don't. Okay, because we're gonna walk this earth with some pep in our step, while these people are out there scramming, not knowing what's going on, not knowing what's the source of their problem. We know who we have to turn to. Okay, and ultimately we rejoice in these things because we know that this kingdom, this wicked kingdom, has to fall. So when we see these things happening, we know that it's all about prophecy. So we're not stressing because we know that our kingdom is about to come. Okay, but these people, because they lack that knowledge, they're gonna panic. And like I said, men are gonna be like women in those days, man. They're gonna be in that weak nature. Okay, it says here in Job 5:22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid in of the beast of the earth. So at destruction and famine. So when all hell breaks loose, when all loose breaks hell, we're gonna laugh, man. We're gonna be happy, man. You're gonna have to. The Lord is literally, I believe, through the Spirit, through the Spirit, that the Lord is gonna have to give us a different kind of spirit, man. Okay, when we see all these people getting put to death, some of us might have to walk over bodies, man. To get to where we're going, we might have to walk over bodies, man. Okay, you see, because there's gonna be so much people dying left and right. There's not gonna be anyone to bury them, man. We're gonna see horrible things in the times to come, but the Lord is gonna. But because we know why these things are happening and who's causing these things, like I said, we're gonna be stable. Okay, so it says here in 1 Samuel 10:9, and it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, okay, so that's Saul. So Samuel just told him that the Lord has chosen him to be the king of Israel. Okay, so now Saul prophesied unto him, okay, of things that were going to happen. So it says what? So as soon as so it says as and it was so that when he turned his back to go from Samuel, the Most High gave him another heart, gave him another mind. Okay, the Lord gave him another mind, and now those signs came to pass. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of the Most High came upon him, and he prophesied among them. And it came to pass when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets. Then the people said to one another, What is this? What is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? And one of the same place answered and said, But who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, is Saul also among the prophets? Okay, so as soon as he left Samuel, the Lord gave him a different heart, gave him a different mind, man. And that's the same thing. And I believe through His Spirit, that's the same thing that's gonna happen. Especially when you hear once you hear that the news, it's like once the decree is sent that we can't prophesy anymore. No more prophesying. Okay, the famine of the word is here. The Lord is, that's one step closer. When you hear, World War III is here. Once you hear the implementation of the MOTB, all these things, man, it's gonna change our mind, man. Because now we know we're closer. That salvation is nearer than we believe, man. Our mindset is gonna be different, man. You're not gonna worry, as it says, put away all the mortal thoughts, put away all the thoughts that are most heavy upon thee. Your burdens, put away all these things are not gonna matter. You're not gonna be thinking about your bills. You're not gonna be worried about finishing your college. You're not gonna be worried about your 401k. You're not gonna be worried about retirement. You're just gonna be worried about making sure to endure until the end. That's it, man. Your hope, your whole hope in this kingdom is gonna be all out the window. Your whole hope and your whole expectation will be now fully in tune with the kingdom. Your whole life is gonna be about obtaining that salvation when we get into that time. Like I said, the Lord is gonna change our hearts, man. You know, Because now, as it says, we are in the world. We have to partake in these things. We have to, you know, we have to pay our bills. We have to do these things. But when the system crashes, when this happens, this is gonna be the least of our worries, man. Then at that point, we're really gonna just have to be in tune with having a relationship with Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and serving Him, you know, and to make sure that we're moving according to the Spirit. Okay. So it says here in Judges 14:6, and this is pertaining to Samson. Uh, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid, the child of a goat, I believe. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done. Okay, so he just killed a lion with his bare hands, you know. Samson killed a lion, and that's not no regular lion that you see at the zoo, man. That's an ancient time lion, man, a ferocious beast. Okay, but again, the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. Like I've said in the previous video that I said, the Lord might be able to, not might be able, the Lord may be willing to glorify His own name, give unto certain men spiritual powers. He might give unto a brother super speed. He might give unto another brother super strength. He might give unto another brother the ability to cast out demons, and another one to heal all sorts of illnesses. Okay, we're coming in a time of miracles, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna do strange works, man. He's gonna do it. How? He's gonna do it by through His men. Okay, so that those that right now are not fully persuaded might believe. Okay, and again, that's all for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to be exalted. Because when we're going to do all these acts, we're not going to glorify ourselves. We're going to give all praises to the Lord. Man, call halal elam Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Verse 19. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he went down to Eshkelon and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave change of garment unto them which expounded the riddle, and his anger was kindled, and he went up unto his father's house. But again, the Spirit of the Lord went upon him. Okay, so imagine how that spirit, like I said, is gonna switch. It's like the light is gonna flip, is gonna switch in your mind, man. The Lord is gonna change. Our mindset is gonna be different, man. To the Spirit, that's what I believe, man. Okay. So it says here in 1 Samuel 16:13, then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him and in the midst of his brethren, speaking of David. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. So the Spirit of the Lord was upon David from that day, from the day that he was anointed king. Okay. So it says here, but the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul. Okay. And that evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. So again, in that time, the Lord doesn't want you. He might put a wicked spirit upon you, man. And that's what happens when you're in the truth and then you fall out. Because as I read before, the Spirit of the Lord was upon Saul. He was prophesying with the prophets. Okay, you see. But again, that spirit was taken away from him, and that's why you have to pray unto the Lord that you endure unto the end, and that He takes not away His spirit from you. Okay. Because in the time of Jacob's trouble, you're going to have that spirit with you, man. You're going to have to be walking according to that spirit, man. Lest you die. Okay? So it says here, and Saul's servant said unto him, behold, now an evil spirit from the Most High troubled thee. Okay? So even them, they knew. They said, yo, the Lord sent a spirit to trouble you, man. All right? So it says here in Haggai 1:14, I'm going to close out with this. And the Lord stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people, and they came and did work in the house of the Lord of hosts, their power. So again, the Lord is going to stir up your mind. He's going to put the spirit in you to do certain things. Okay? The Lord, the hand of the king, the mind of the king is in the hand of the Lord, man. The Lord will control us in that time, man. But again, like I said, the Lord is going to flip the switch in us, is going to give us a manly spirit, man. Even in that time of Isaiah 4:1, man, we're going to have the ability and opportunity to choose who we're going to accept and reject, man. It's not all every woman that comes knocking at your door that you're gonna let in, man. You're gonna vet her, and you're gonna sense through the spirit. You're gonna say, oh no, no, in the world you were a demon. Just turn around and maybe go check with the neighbor. Maybe he's looking for people, you know. In that time, the Lord is gonna give us a austere spirit, man. We're not gonna be no yes mans. We're not gonna be no you know, no simps. You know, we're not gonna be any simp, man. We're gonna be we're gonna be moving in that top G spirit. You know, we're gonna be moving in that austere spirit, that manly spirit, that man of war spirit. We're gonna be on point, man. According to the spirit, I believe that's what the Lord is gonna do, man. Okay, but again, you have to pray for the Lord to work in that fashion upon you. You know, you have to pray for the Lord to give you that spirit in that time, man. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Mochakodash. Shalom, DTI, Baba Ba, Kwam Yashala. Until next lesson, Shalom.